Hello and welcome back to my Bukkit plugin tutorials. Today we are doing event listeners. You may have no idea what that is, but I'm hopefully going to explain. So first of all, let's create a new package, because everything I do I like to be in different packages so it's clean, or different classes, sorry, and I organize those in different packages depending on what it is. So I'll make one called events, and we will create entity damage. The reason I'm not calling it entity damage event, which is what we'll be importing, otherwise they clash and you end up actually importing your own file here, so you'll end up importing this class we just made. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need to implement listener, and we're going to create a constructor as we did before, entity damage bucket. Now main plugin, I keep forgetting what I've called this plugin. Main plugin, and we'll go and import main. And to tell Bukkit that we're going to make an event, we need to use the @event handler thing. And what this does is this says to Bukkit, right, I want to use an event, please let me, please. And you have to kind of grovel. So you make another void, and this is because it doesn't return anything, unlike a command. Public void on entity damage. And you can have the same thing for things like player join event, which would do something when they join, etc, etc. And I did exactly what I said we shouldn't do just then. Okay, so we're going to import the entity damage event, and we're also going to import the event handler class. Cool. As we did with commands, we need to tell our plugin that we want to use it from here because it's not in the main class. So what we're going to do is, so we've registered commands there, and here we're going to register listeners. There you go. But first of all, we have to create what's called a plugin manager. So we're going to make that here, plugin manager PM, and that will be bukkit.get plugin manager. And what this does is allows us to register events among other things. So I'm going to register an event. So we've got to specify the plugin, and this class is the plugin. Main is the one that extends Java plugin, is the plugin essentially. And then here we want to specify the entity damage event, a bit like we did here with the new test command this. We're going to do exactly the same thing. So new entity damage, in brackets this, and then we're going to import that, and that means that it will make sure that it checks this class before running any events, and it will make sure that we run the right event from here. So now we can go ahead and do things. First thing we need to do, because this is for all entities, so for a zombie, for a cow, even for a dropped item, although they can't take damage technically, we need to specify that it is a player we want to sort out. So we're going to go if event.get entity, so that's getting the entity from the event, and you can use methods from here obviously because we're importing this class which already has methods. We're going to do the same thing, instance of, you might remember this from the command, instance of player. So if it is a player, then we're going to do certain things. So we're going to again player, and it's not sender because obviously we're not sending a command, instead it's event.get entity. And so what I want to do today is I want to cancel full damage, because full damage is annoying, we don't really need it on certain occasions, so let's get rid of it. Let's get rid of it completely. So what we need to do now is we need to check what damaged the player. So we can do this by checking if event.getCause, which is the type of damage it was, is equal to damage cause dot fall. And this is just checking obviously that we've fallen and that we've not taken damage from something else, because there's a number of other things, there's block explosion, contact, lightning, lava, suffocation, whatever else. And that's how it defines which death messages show up and stuff when you die. But we can get more into that later. It's called the player death event if you want to look it up. So if the cause was full damage, what we're going to do is we're going to cancel the event because we don't want anything to happen. So we're going to cancel the event. So the event is cancelled. Nothing that's usually meant to happen in this event will happen. So now we're just going to tell the player that we've done that. Code below the event.setCancel true will actually do something, but nothing will happen that's related to the event. So we'll just tell them full damage cancelled. Okay, and that is it's as simple as that. It's really easy. This is everything you really need to know about event listeners, and obviously for different events you have different methods, but it's pretty much as simple as this, and you can do very simple research and find out how to do different events. Okay, so we're going to go and export the plugin, and then we are going to go test it again. So I'll see you on the Minecraft server. Okay, so I'm back on the server that we've got here, and what I'm going to do now is there's no commands. We've still got our test command here, but there's actually nothing else in terms of a command or something we can trigger when we want it, apart from the full damage that we've cancelled. So if I go up in the air and go into game mode 0, you see full damage has been cancelled down here, and we haven't been hurt, whereas usually we would be. Let me just show you with a cow, because a cow is an entity, as I mentioned earlier. This would usually take full damage. Let's take it to a very high place. Let's take it up here. So we can push a cow off, or not, as the case may be. Cows are going to be very difficult. Okay, go on there, off you go. And that will take full damage. The full damage won't cancel. It'll only cancel for me because I'm a player, or cancel for any other player. Anyway, I hope that explains things. I'm going to now go kill these cows, but you can wait until I release my next episode, I suppose. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.